For centuries, they've haunted our myths, beasts of unimaginable power, lost to time, or so we thought. Today, we peel back the veil of history and uncover the terrifying truth behind ancient monsters once believed extinct. From shadowy legends to shocking new evidence, could these primal titans be stirring once more? Join us as we journey into the unknown, where science meets the supernatural, and the past claws its way into the present. Brace yourself, what lurks beyond the veil may be more real than you ever imagined. Ancient monsters resurrected. What lurks beyond the veil? Across the ages, mythologies from all over the world have spoken of terrifying beasts, primordial creatures birthed in a time before man, lurking in the depths of oceans, haunting ancient forests, or dwelling in the skies. Long believed to be relics of imagination or allegorical figures representing human fears, these monsters are now being reconsidered under new lenses. Recent developments in paleontology, folklore studies, and quantum physics are leading some researchers and theorists to pose a provocative question: what if ancient monsters were not entirely mythical, but representations of entities that exist, or once existed, beyond the veil of our reality? This article delves into the possibility of ancient monsters being more than legend, exploring the cross-section between myth and science, the idea of a veil separating dimensions, and what might truly lurk beyond it. 1. The mythic archetype of the ancient monster. Human cultures throughout history share remarkably similar stories of monstrous beings: dragons, sea serpents, giants, and shadowy figures. These creatures often symbolize chaos, destruction, and the unknown. Consider a few examples. Leviathan from Hebrew texts, a massive sea serpent representing chaos. Jormungandr, the Norse Midgard serpent, coiled around the world. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god of the Aztecs. The Wendigo, a cannibalistic spirit of the northern forests. Such monsters function both as symbols and warnings, manifestations of human fear projected onto the natural world. Yet, their repeated appearance across isolated cultures hints at a shared human experience or collective memory, perhaps rooted in something more real than we've assumed. 2. The scientific lens: fossils, DNA, and forgotten fauna. Fossil records show us that Earth has been home to creatures that, to modern humans, might appear monstrous. Consider Megalodon, a 60-foot prehistoric shark that dwarfs even the great white. Titanoboa, a 42-foot-long snake from the Paleocene era. Therizinosaurus, a dinosaur with enormous claws, over 30 feet long. These once-living giants could have easily inspired stories that mutated over time into myth. Even today, the ocean's depths remain largely unexplored, 95% of it, in fact. In 1977, the discovery of hydrothermal vents and the strange, alien-like creatures around them forced scientists to rethink life's parameters. New species are still being discovered in remote regions, some with bizarre features, adding credibility to the idea that myths may be exaggerations of real, now extinct animals. Additionally, some legends may have stemmed from ancestral memory, early humans encountering megafauna and passing down distorted accounts orally, generation after generation. 3. The quantum veil: alternate realities and interdimensional theories. The term veil is often used to describe the boundary between our known reality and the unknown, be it spiritual, metaphysical, or dimensional. In folklore, it is often portrayed as thin during certain times, e.g., Halloween or Samhain, when spirits or creatures can cross into our world. But how does this idea map onto scientific thought? Enter quantum physics and multidimensional theory. Modern physics proposes that we live in a multiverse, with infinite parallel dimensions. String theory even suggests the existence of 11 dimensions, though humans can only perceive 4: length, width, height, and time. If creatures evolved in parallel worlds with different physical laws or timelines, then the occasional bleed-through could result in what ancient people interpreted as monsters. Examples of anomalies that support this idea include time slips, individuals reporting briefly being in another era or place. Shadow people, common in folklore and modern paranormal reports. UFOs and cryptids, unexplained sightings suggesting transient phenomena. Could ancient monsters be visitors, accidental or intentional, from parallel worlds? 4. Resurrection through science, genetic engineering and extinction. Another layer to the idea of resurrected monsters is the literal recreation of ancient life through genetic science. De-extinction is no longer just science fiction, it's actively being pursued. Projects underway include reviving the woolly mammoth using CRISPR gene editing, cloning extinct species like the Pyrenean ibex, attempts to sequence DNA from dodo and Tasmanian tiger remains. Now imagine that we unlock the full genome of a prehistoric predator, or worse, a creature unknown to science, one fossilized in conditions that preserved its DNA. Such scientific resurrection could inadvertently release an ancient terror into the modern world. Ethical and environmental concerns surround these projects, particularly the unknown behaviors or ecological impacts of reintroduced species. While we may not be resurrecting Leviathan anytime soon, the tools are here. The boundary between legend and reality grows thinner by the year. 5. Portals and sacred sites, ancient gateways to the beyond. Many myths describe specific locations where monsters dwell or emerge, often associated with temples, mountains, lakes, or forests. Some of these places have enduring reputations. Mount Kailash, Tibet, said to be a cosmic axis and abode of supernatural beings. Lake Baikal, Russia, home to alleged aquatic monsters and mysterious disappearances. Skinwalker Ranch, USA, a hotspot for paranormal activity. The Bermuda Triangle, infamous for vanishings and strange phenomena. Some researchers speculate these sites may be natural energy vortices or dimensional portals, and local monsters could be guardians or travelers from other planes. Ancient cultures may have recognized these hotspots and constructed monuments or rituals to either contain or communicate with what lay beyond. Theories abound linking megalithic structures, Stonehenge, the pyramids, Göbekli Tepe, to star alignments or interdimensional functions. While speculative, they reflect humanity's age-old interest in, and perhaps experience with, forces outside normal comprehension. 6. Psychological monsters, manifestations of the human mind. An alternative interpretation is that ancient monsters are projections of the collective unconscious, a concept introduced by Carl Jung. According to this theory, certain archetypes, like the shadow, the beast, or the trickster, exist universally in the human psyche. Under conditions of stress, fear, or altered states, these archetypes can manifest in perception or dream. For example, sleep paralysis episodes often include visions of demonic figures. Mass hysteria events have led to monster sightings, e.g., the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. Psychedelic experiences can summon serpentine or monstrous imagery. In this view, ancient monsters are not resurrected externally, but internally, surfacing from the deepest layers of our subconscious. Yet the consistency of imagery across cultures and epochs still begs the question, why do we all dream of the same monsters? Perhaps the veil not only separates dimensions, but also consciousness from deeper, hidden truths. 7. Modern monsters, new myths in a digital age. Ancient monsters are not dead, they've evolved. In our hyperconnected world, new entities like Slenderman, the Rake, or SCP creatures reflect updated fears. These digital age monsters are birthed from online folklore, creepypasta, but have occasionally bled into real-world behavior, such as the infamous Slenderman stabbing in 2014. These cases echo how ancient monsters shaped behavior and belief. The digital veil, the internet, now serves as a modern medium for the resurrection of monstrous archetypes, suggesting that monsters are as real as the cultural energy we give them. Could belief itself act as a force that resurrects ancient energies or entities? This idea, called a tulpa in Tibetan Buddhism, suggests that thought forms can manifest into reality through focus and collective belief. What truly lurks beyond the veil? The question, what lurks beyond the veil, is as much about our world as it is about ourselves. Whether ancient monsters were real creatures, interdimensional beings, psychological projections, or cultural inventions, they continue to haunt human imagination for a reason. They represent Our fear of the unknown. Our awe at nature's power. Our curiosity about realms beyond. As science, technology, and metaphysics continue to blur lines between reality and possibility, the veil may not just be a metaphor. It may be a frontier, waiting to be pierced. And when it is, we may find that the monsters were never gone. They were simply waiting. The veil has lifted, and what we've glimpsed may change everything we thought we knew. Are these ancient monsters mere myth, or have they survived in the shadows, waiting to rise again? The answers lie just beyond the reach of reason. If this journey into the unknown intrigued you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mysteries unveiled. Share your thoughts below. What do you believe lurks beyond the veil?